Oh, hey guys. Why don't you just head in a little bit closer and have a look at what I'm looking at right now. This is usually how I wake it up in the morning. And if you listen real closely, you'll be able to hear eagles, all sorts of birds. It's a crazy spot. It's pretty much right in the middle of the woods, which is gnarly. So this evening, we're gonna do hamburgers, my way. We're gonna do some homemade fries. We're gonna do a homemade relish, homemade mustard. Actually, I already made the homemade mustard. The reason why I had to make it already is because it has to sit for at least 8 hours. So the mustard's already made. I will be outside on the grill a lot today. We're gonna add lots of beautiful ingredients and items onto this hamburger. I'm looking very much forward to it, and I hope you are as well. Let's get in the kitchen, because that's where it's good, that's where it's fun. Let's go. But I'm gonna bring my coffee with me because, you know, I sort of need it. It's slightly important. I hope everyone's enjoying themselves so far. I hope you have a glass of wine or something you can snack on, because you know what, it's gonna be a great experience this evening. Hopefully not gonna be that long. I'm just hoping it's gonna be just right. But we're gonna go with something pretty straightforward, but very, very, very relatable. We're gonna make ourselves, like I said, some hamburgers, and that's the first thing that we're going to do right now. Is we are going to make fresh homemade hamburgers. Let me just grab the Island ground meat lean from the fridge. Just like that. There it is. Fresh ground hamburger meat from the morning. I went into the shop today and I said, you know, as fresh as it can be. Well, they ground it right there. They just grounded it up right there, and it sure was quite nice of them to do that for me. I'm very, very happy about that. The creme brulee video sure went off. It's a little bit gnarly, that's for sure, which I'm super jazzed about. But you know, just having a really good time, that's for sure. Here goes the hamburger meat in the bowl, just like that. Boom. Now in this video, I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I'm gonna totally try to concentrate on washing my hands as much as possible. I know that this is a huge issue and we're gonna clear it up. I swear we're gonna clear it up. I'm really gonna try. It's really hard because there's a lot happening all at once, but generally speaking, hand washing is very, very important. I totally understand. I get it. We need to do that. We all need to do that. So let's just make that water under the bridge, shall we? But let's more importantly worry about making some really good hamburgers, okay? Ground meat in the bowl. Let's mince up a little shallot. Let's get right on in here. One little shallot. Well, they're all little, aren't they? We're just gonna mince this up. We're gonna remove the outer layer. It usually likes to be a little bit leathery. Let's get rid of that. Move that off to the side. Let's just get right in there. Really hope the weather's nice where you guys are at. You know, it's evening on the East Coast, that's for sure. Hopefully you have a little bit of light left over. I don't know, we'll see about that. There goes the shallots in with the hamburger meat, just like that. A little bit of garlic. Let's add some garlic in there, have a little fun. Let's just remove a few cloves of garlic. Slam our knife down on that puppy to remove the skin. We've all seen this before. This is like a broken record now, but I think I might just enjoy it more than you. Garlic on the board, just like that. Boom, boom. Okay, grab a little S&P, salt and pepper. Not everyone knows what S&P is, but you'll know now. S&P, salt and pepper. I'm going to say S&P more often than anything else, okay? Here we go. Let's just chop that up. Then we're going to mince that up. Let's mince it up. bring it back, mince it up. What we want is all that juice out of there. More importantly, that's the most important thing we're going for right there, is the juice of the garlic into the ground meat. Fresh herbs. Number one, sage. Are you following along? We got sage, we got shallots, we got garlic. Sage is going in. Just like that, some fresh sage. Some mini oregano. Miniature oregano. That's going in. I do not worry about the stem whatsoever on oregano because it's quite loose. It's quite gentle. That's gonna go in the bowl. So what do we got in there now? We got shallots, we got the garlic, we got sage, we got the oregano, got onions. Gonna add a little more salt and pepper in there for sure, right? And just like the meatballs, ground beef has to be mixed gently. Everything gentle. Okay? And just like the meatballs, I'm gonna grate myself a little bit of butter in there. Just a bit of butter in there. Not too much. We'll go gentle. Good. Back on the board over there. So there's the butter. Now, let's make the patties while I have a sip of coffee, excuse me. Oh, marvelous. Marvelous roast indeed. So, this isn't all crazy. These ingredients aren't like, oh my god, this is amazing. I've never seen this before. I can't believe this. You know what? It's actually less is more with hamburgers because I find that it's the actual meat that has to be enhanced a little bit. It's not what you add into it. If the meat is good, if the meat's a high-end ground lean meat, you're gonna get a high-end high-end lean ground hamburger, which is fantastic. And the salt and everything else should only accent that. It shouldn't hide it. We don't want to hide anything here. We want to make it very transparent. Okay, let's mix this up gentle with clean hands. Just gonna go in nice and gentle. Right now I'm just gonna mix all the ingredients. Just gonna mix them all. Then I'm gonna bring in just a little bit with my fingers. Gonna work my fingers into it. These hamburgers will well, I'll show you these hamburgers. What will make these sort of somewhat interesting is in the middle of the hamburgers, I'm going to grate some Havarti cheese in it. Some nice spicy Havarti cheese in the middle of it. And then on the grill, you'll see after it's out and we slice it open and eat it, you'll see that nice Havarti just slowly melted inside of there. Adding a little bit of flavor, but more importantly, interest in what you're eating, which I find is increasingly important because food nowadays, I'm sure you all can agree with this, it gets quite boring, right? Same thing over and over again. So we're going to break the rules a little bit today. Okay. These hands are not clean. I know this, but I need to get in here again. It's the same ground meat. Okay, I'm going to roll it just like a meatball, but I'm going to be so gentle. Okay, and what I'm going to do is use this board here, and I'm going to press it down. Okay, I'm going to press it down just like this. So this is just layer number one. Now, I'm going to lip it, which means I'm going to bring up a lip in this hamburger, okay? And then I'm going to press down the middle just like that. I'm going to grab another one. I'm going to roll it like a meatball again. Just like that, gentle, not too much. Gonna move this one off to the side. We gotta be able to lift it later, so lift it now while it's light. Okay, bring it down. Bring it down. Bring it down. Bring it down. Lift it. Lift it. Okay, now, important. Now, I'm gonna wash my hands. Raw meat, right? I'm gonna sing happy birthday while I wash my hands. You guys remember that rule, right? I'm not gonna sing happy birthday, that was a joke. But I am gonna wash my hands and make sure that that is more on my mind. I'm gonna head over to the cheese board now and grate up some Spicy Havarti. Just gonna grate that up a little bit. What else is I just used this for? Yeah, I used this for the butter. Not a big deal. We're gonna have that. That's already included in the hamburgers, so I'm not concerned about of the crossover of the cheese and the butter. And this is just gonna go directly in the middle of the hamburger. Okay, not rocket science. This hand here has not laid a hand on that raw meat. That's going to go on the board. I'm going to close it up now. And those lips that I made are going to all just come together. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to massage it closed. Gently, not rough. Just going to massage it closed. Now, this is the important thing here. I'm going to roll it and squeeze it with the ends of my thumbs so that edge is nice and in there. Beautiful. Just like that. There's one. I'm only going to show you one. I have to do many more later because I have a large group heading over. But here's one. Now look at this hamburger. That looks pretty nice. And it wasn't really that hard to do, was it? I'm going to wash my hands up. Actually, you know what I'm going to do, you guys? I'm going to place this raw meat in this clean bowl. I'm going to grab this board. I'm going to need it for slicing vegetables and stuff. I'm going to wash it up right now. I've already got the grill outside on. It's ready to go. So I'm super jazzed about that. Let's use a little bit of soap on that board there. Just like that. Give it a good scrub. And if you're really concerned about spreading the germs, which I already know the cooking process eliminates any germ imaginable, so you don't have to worry so much, everybody. Try not to worry too much about that stuff. It's the little things in life, you know. If you are concerned, flip the board over, yeah. Give it a good wipe, clean towel. Dry it off. I'm saying, let's bring this little beauty out to the grill and get it going. But first, I'm gonna grab myself some bacon. Because that's gonna be heading with me. Let's go. I got my grill hot at about 400. 400 is good, but then you want to bring it right down. It's already cleaned. I scrubbed it already. This raw hamburger is going to go right directly over an element, just like that. Okay, I'm going to close the lid up, but what I'm going to do, which is kind of neat, is use that upper rack, and I'm going to pre-cook the bacon over the hamburger so the juices of that land onto the burger. Sound good? Yeah, I think so. This I'm going to return to the fridge. I'm going to bring in the bowl. I'm going to wash my hands, and I'm going to show you a very quick way to slice up a whole bunch of vegetables using the magic of a very sharp knife. That was an exaggeration on something obvious. Gotta load this in the fridge, be right back. I'm gonna clean this bowl out, little squirt, little mix. You wanna try to clean as you go. With these live shows, it's awfully hard to do that all the time, just because the room's limited. I have limited room, so that's just the way it is sometimes. Okay, so we got the hamburger on. We know that that's okay. It's working its way. Let's make sure our oil is hot enough for the fries. The fries are russets. I've used russets. Why don't you head right on over here with me? I've already pre-cooked the fries for about 8 minutes on hot oil, about 400 to 480 degree, in between there. And so they're pre-blanched, which means they're kind of loose and floppy. So I've only removed about half as much water out of them as I should have. But when I'm ready enough, I'm going to throw them in here again, and they're going to get real crispy because I want to eliminate all of the water that's inside the russet potato, and then that will allow that oil, you know, to hold it rigid. What I like to do with the oil is I like to add a little sugar in the oil. The reason why I add sugar in the oil is it just adds a slight sweetness that kind of screws with your head a bit, you know? It's kind of like, what just happened? And you just want to add a little bit, not too much. Just a little bit. Okay, so that oil's heating up, that's good. Earlier I made a delicious mustard. It was very runny. If you have it sit for 8 hours, it should sit overnight, but anyway, 8 hours it ends up being very nice. I'll have this mustard recipe sent out, don't worry. You will receive the mustard recipe, but the reason why I wasn't able to show you that is because it has to set. It needs 8 hours at least for it to set. But what I am able to make right now is some relish, so let's go do that. Homemade relish, here we go. What you need is a sharp knife. You need some little itsy bitsy cucumbers. I'm gonna have a little rhubarb in my relish, just to kind of sweeten it up, add a little acid, and just to make it unique. Little sugars in there, and I'm gonna show you a few other ingredients. But I'll show you how I slice the little cucumbers up. I'm just gonna slice them lengthways, just like this. Okay. Then I'm gonna flip it over. I'm gonna julienne it. Just gonna julienne it. Okay, just like that. And then I'm gonna use my knife, push it over, I'm gonna do a medium-sized mince, okay? Not quite a dice, medium-sized mince. Does that look like raw relish? It's what we're making right now, raw relish. Throw it in a clean bowl, and let's continue to do that, shall we? So, just bang, 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 bang. Bring them over, line flat, bang, 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 boom, boom, bang. Isn't that annoying? Lost one, we'll just throw that one out. That's gonna happen. Okay, rotate them all just like that. Bring them back and just go down gently. Medium-sized mince, not a dice. Boom, done, yeah? Throw that in the bowl, just like that. We're gonna throw this in the preheated. I've had this on for a little bit just to make sure it's hot. So it's about a medium to low heat. The cucumber's gonna go in there and it's gonna sweat a bit. It has a lot of water in it, so it has to sit to be able to just remove a little bit of that water. I'm gonna add 1/3 sugar, white sugar. It's gonna go right in there. To help the process, 1/3 water, 1/3 sugar. That's just to help that process right out. Yeah, you can hang out there for a little bit, have a look at those cucumbers. I'm gonna go grab some other flavors to put inside. Rhubarb. Now the thing with rhubarb is it's quite stringy, right? I'll show you a quick way to remove the string. If I can find my vegetable peeler. That's what happens when you have too many utensils. Just use a vegetable peeler, remove that outer skin. Just like that. You can see how stringy it is. You don't really want that in your relish. Okay? Oddly enough, it's only the exterior. The inside, for some reason, is not nearly as stringy. Again, same procedure as the cucumbers. Sure do love the sound of slicing vegetables. I'm now gonna mince that up. So we got the cucumber in there, 1/3 sugar, 1/3 water. Here comes, I'd say about half a cup rhubarb. That's going in. And then now we're going to crank up the heat. We're going to really crank it up. We're going to add some white vinegar in there. About 1/3 white vinegar. That's going in there. Now she's getting happy. Look how nice and flavorful and bright and vibrant it looks. Right? A little S&P, just a little bit. Now we're going to go outside, have a look at that burger. Let's go see how we're doing with the burger. Looking absolutely beautiful and happy, and we're just going to keep that going. We got to make sure of these things. Okay, after all that, I'm going to rinse my board, and I'm going to wrap that hamburger meat up and throw that in the fridge so it's not sitting out for very long. Just going to do this up, grab my hand, wash my hands in the board at the same time. Just vegetables, not a big deal. Hope everyone's having a great night. We're making hamburgers and fries. Right about now, just in case you're joining us a little bit late, we've added some spicy Havarti inside that hamburger, and we've sort of molded it. Right now, earlier, about 8 hours earlier, homemade mustard, and we got a homemade relish on there too, which is super fun. Now we're just going to slice up the other ingredients that we're going to have on that hamburger after I wrap my hamburger meat up. I'm going to make more hamburgers later. Not now. So let's wrap that hamburger meat up. I'd like to say thank you everybody for all the great remarks. It was fantastic. Everyone's been super jazzy. I'm very happy, very grateful for that. I really do appreciate all the support. I really enjoy this. I like what I do. And what makes me so really happy is replying to all your really nice remarks. So, you know, I'm just happy to be alive hanging out with you guys, really, to be honest with you. So thank you for that. Let's slice up some lettuce. On my hamburgers, I like iceberg lettuce. Love it, actually. Iceberg lettuce is crunchy. It remains crunchy all the way through, even when it's slightly warm. That's why my choice is plain old iceberg lettuce. Let's remove the core. It's just right there. I've already sliced it in half. Any loose leaf, get rid of. Loose leaves have absorbed the outside oxygen in some way, either from the shipping or whatever. Iceberg is consistent with absorbing flavors, environmental flavors. So anything that's like around, like lemons, if you had a lemon and you sit it right next to an iceberg lettuce, that outside leaf would absorb some of that lemon scent. It blows my mind. It's got something to do with the acidity level of it. I'm not sure. That's crazy. Food's crazy. It's also very much alive. Okay, so I'm going to slice that in half. You can see how the iceberg is shaped on the inside. You can see the layers of the lettuce running this way. So we're going to slice it along that, and we're going to shred it. Shredded lettuce on a hamburger, man, there is nothing like it. It's beautiful. I kind of fluff it up. Let's fluff it up nicely. Move that to the same plate. All have the same ingredients on it, so that's fine. Okay, a little white onion on there. Let's move that iceberg on this one. Little white onion on here. We're gonna slice this white onion right down the middle. Move the rest over there. We're gonna slice the ends just to be able to get inside of it and remove that outer skin. I like to remove one layer of the onion. Use it for in a soup, in a broth, that kind of thing, or in the garden. Let's go have a look at that relish, make sure we're cool over there. Oh yeah, it's just reducing nicely right now. All those sugars now are escaping and executing themselves nicely. Okay, onion, white onion. Slice it again, just like the romaine lettuce, against that grain of the vegetable. Now I'm gonna slice it the other way, just like this. Some like it sprinkled on there raw, right? Some like it grilled. Let's go grill some. Just a little bit. Let's go throw it on there. Let's go. Oh yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. That's just beautiful. Let's calm that down. Just like that. We're gonna shut that hot side off and we're gonna crank up the right side to get this residual heat just like an oven now. It's just gonna move. So that will help it not flare up. Onions going on there, just let it go. I don't add olive oil, salt, anything on there. It's got so many natural sugars and flavors, it's just bizarre how good it is. Let's slice a mushroom up. Where's my special mushroom slicing knife? This one right here. Okay, mushroom sliced. We'll put these over here, just like that. Those are going to go on the board. We're going to throw those in a frying pan and saute them, but not yet. We're not ready for that yet. Earlier, I made some delicious brioche hamburger buns. We're going to have a look in the oven right now and see how they're doing. Oh, well, I think they're getting pretty damn close here. Just a little bit longer. Got a little honey on there, sesame seeds, beautiful light, airy. You'll see them when we open them up. Okay, so what do we got going on? Outside on the grill, we got the hamburger, we got the onion and the bacon. That's all happy. I just flipped the hamburger so I know, okay, it's pretty close. So what I want to do now is I've got some raw vegetables that I will have on the hamburger ready to go already. I'm going to slice a little tomato. With the tomato, I like to remove the core. Use a smaller knife to remove the core, just get right in there. I like to go around. You do it however you want to do it. It's up to you. There's no right or wrong way to do it. I like to slice it in rounds if we could. Remove. Okay, so now slice it just like this. If you want to slice it in half and then slice it, it's easier. You can do that. I mean, I'm not really that concerned. I get rid of the ends. The reason why I get rid of the ends is because they're very slippery, and when you close a hamburger, they like to fall off. It's just a me thing. Hamburgers are going, the raw, lovely tomatoes are going to go over there. So now what we need to do is I need to get the brioche out of the oven. I need to crank that oven up because what's going to happen is I need to get the fries frying and then have a hot enough oven to be able to hold them at a high heat. So we got a lot going on, but not really. Brioche buns can sit nicely right there. I'm going to crank the heat on the oven now to 340 is a perfect holding heat for fries. I'm going to grab a fry something to hold my fries. Now these guys are going in. Let's get them all happy. Let's crank up that heat to max. I have held it pretty hot. We'll see how it is. Let's just get in there here. Just use one fry and see how it does. Looks like it's doing pretty well. I'm not going to fry all these. I'm just going to fry one portion. Just for us to have, so we can share together. Just use your ladle and break those fries up. Why don't you have a look right in here and break those fries up just a little bit because they like to clump up. Those fries love to clump up. You want to break them up a little bit. The oil will on its own, but you can help them a little bit. Just be careful not to break them in half. And our relish is reducing nicely now. Look at this. Oh my. Oh, the smell of this is unbelievable right now. And we're just going to leave that alone. We're going to let that sit. What I'm going to do is going to add some fresh ginger into it. Give it a little zap. A little how do you do ski. A little how do you do. Grab a spoon. Remove that skin. Just like this. No big deal. Remember, spoon for ginger skin. You'll be so international if you learn this. It'll be very international. I'm joking. Hence the sarcasm. Slice up that ginger. Just like that. Throw that in. I just want to sweat it off a little bit. Because I want the spice. I want the spice of the ginger in that relish. I'm just going to grab a spoon. I'll be right back. Mix this up. Just like that. Oh, that relish smells so good. Let's try a little bit while it's hot. You wouldn't normally serve it hot, but that's all right. So good, man. Holy Christmas. Okay, now as you can see, these fries, I'm gonna shut the oil right off. Look at these bad boys. Look at these bad boys. Those are going to go right on an aerated frying pan, or an aerated oven round, just like that. This, like I said, the relish recipe, the mustard recipe, how to do the fries, all the jazz you've seen this evening, I will have in an email sent out to you. So that's just one portion right there. What I like to do is add some salt right now. While it's all oily, add some salt on there. And I'm going to throw it in that preheated oven. Just like that. And we're going to make sure that that stays hot. And we're going to head outside. Have a look at that burger. Let's go. Look at how juicy this is. Look at how juicy this is. Just get right on in here. Look at the crispy bacon. Look at this. On the grill, you guys. On the grill. Just beautiful. It's just crisping up nicely. When this closes, this rack goes right over the burger. All that juice and everything is now incorporated into that hamburger as well. And then you have the cheese on the inside, which is so fantastic because right when you just, you'll see. Once I slice it open, you'll just see. These onions now are just kind of warming up. No big deal. They're just warming up. Just like that. I'm losing a few afterthought. I would have sliced it in larger rings, let's be honest here, okay? We're gonna let that go for a little bit longer. Let's organize a plate. Oh, I almost forgot. Knock, knock, knock. We got some aged yellow cheese, some smoked apple. What I wanted to do actually is add that on top of the bacon right now. So it's a good thing I remembered that. So I'm going to run out and do that. I'll be right back. Or yeah. Oh, it's actually a lot more exciting out here. One there, one there. Let's melt that up. Let's crank that heat right up now. Yeah, that's going now. That's going now. That cheese is going to melt so nicely on the bacon. It's going to be absolutely insane. I'm getting kind of jazzy. Not going to lie, jazzy. No, I did not forget about the mushroom. Good try, though. Move that relish off. Let that settle. Let's saute up some mushrooms with a little bit of butter. A little bit of butter. Grab your mushrooms. Bring them over here. Throw them in the pan, just like that. Boom, boom. I hope the hand washing was, you know, satisfactory, because wouldn't want to let anybody down. Let's saute up these mushrooms. We're just gonna blast them on high heat. Little bit of butter in there. Bland? No, not bland. Let's add some chili powder. Let's add some cumin and some curry powder and some turmeric. Let's add some pepper. Okay, let's do that. Now I'm pretty sure I've got all of my elements in order here. Let me quickly clean up a spot while you watch that all happen right now, okay? I'll be right back. Alright guys, let's get ready to plate. Let's get ready to plate. Got a nice little plate here. Nice and shined up. This is how I would serve it when I have my friends over. Just like on this nice little rectangle white plate with a little bit of a rim. Looks gorgeous, I think. Grab a few spoons. Just like this. I'm going to need this board and one of these knives. The rest are going in here. A little bit of cheese goes right there. Give this board a little how do you do real quick. It just had vegetables on it. Don't be alarmed. Don't be alarmed. There are only vegetables on here. Boom, 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 just like that. Those are beautiful, those are going off now. My relish is ready, my mustard is ready, my brioche is ready. Holy cow, we're getting so close, I can feel it. Okay, let's just slice up a little avocado here. Give it a twist. Open. Here we are. Grab a spoon. Get on in. Don't be afraid. Scoop it out. Roll it over. Give it a slice. Okay? Okay. Brioche bun. Let's have a look in the middle of this. I'm excited about these, man. I've been working on this recipe for a very long time. Oh, you can see the honey. Let's just look at the. It's just shiny, right? Shiny. Except I do have to wash my bread knife. Although I didn't use it, it was on that board, so you know. important, I figure. Oh, why I like brioche so much is it's very, very light and fluffy. I'm going to put that on the plate. Just like that. I'm going to grab my homemade relish. And I'm going to throw a little bit of relish on there. Just a bit, not too much. Just a little bit. And then I'm going to throw some raw onions on there. Just a few. Just a few raw onions on there. Just like that. Okay? Looks nice? Yeah. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go grab the meat. Grab a little plate. Let's go do it. Grab that. I don't know. I'm not sure. Looks pretty damn good to me. Grab as many onions as you can grab that have not fallen in between. Shut that off. I'm gonna heat it up again later. I've got lots of friends heading over. It's gonna be a hamburger sort of night. Maybe a few beers and some other odds and ends, you know. Okay. After that, what we want to do is we're going to throw on your burger. I mean, that is just a beautiful looking burger. Now, I'm going to throw on my avocado. You don't have to have avocado, but I sure like avocado. You can do whatever you want, right? Do whatever you want. It's your burger. Make it happen. Double bacon on this bad boy. Double bacon. A couple of the grilled onions. Just a couple. Just a couple. On there. We've already got some on the bottom, so we don't want too much. Grab your mushrooms that you sauteed. And go bang. Now, your mustard, homemade mustard you made earlier. Thanks for making it for me. I'm just kidding, that I made earlier. Just gonna do a little bit. You don't need much. Spread it around, just like that. Leave that to the side. Make sure we don't miss any elements here. A couple of tomatoes on top, just like that. I like to salt them a little bit. Just a little bit of salt on there. A little bit of shredded lettuce. Make that lettuce just kind of fall everywhere. Just invite it to the party, okay? Just invite that lettuce to the party. Grab that mustard, give it a cap. Give it a cap. Okay? Is it ridiculous? Yeah, it's ridiculous. Grab a skewer to make sure she don't fall down. At perfect holding heat, 340, crispy and light. These puppies are going right on there. Jack them up. Don't just throw them on there, man. This is hard work. You made homemade everything, you guys. Homemade everything. There's not something on here other than growing the vegetables themselves that is not homemade on here. This might be maybe more than one portion, I don't know. I'm going to pile it on there anyway. I wouldn't want any to go to waste. I mean, I'll be able to eat it, right? You guys want to join me later? Have some hamburgers? I'm sure you want to join me later and have some hamburgers. Should I slice it open? And it is absolutely perfectly melted in the center, just like that. Get rid of that skewer. Move it side by side, just like that. And that's called dinner. Got a group of 8 heading over here tonight. We're gonna make 8 of those. But what's glorious is that I'm all prepped up. You guys, thanks again for joining me. I really do appreciate it. I hope you appreciate the videos. I know you do. And there's not much else to say except good eating. And say hi to your neighbors, because we need to be a little bit nicer, okay? I'm just kidding. Just eat. Just act how you want to act, man. Just have a good time. Enjoy the hamburgers and fries, and I'll see you guys later. Have a look.